Good morning. It's 7:03 on this Monday, December 9th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody. We welcome you here on a Monday morning that's a little bit on the breezy side out there. It's not uncomfortable other than a little wind blowing. Let's call it a double hairspray day today. But we're glad to have you with us. We're glad to have Don Hamlet here from Absolute Kubota. Don, good morning to you. We're glad to see you as always, and we do start every Monday morning off with a representative from Absolute Kubota. Absolute Kubota specializes in the sale of Kubota tractors, hay equipment, zero-turn mowers, and RTVs, and they also carry Exmark mowers. Exmark is one of the top-selling zero-turn mowers in the country. Now, they are located in the same building as Absolute Rental and Supply, which specializes in tool and equipment rental. Again, Don Hamlet is with us today. He's in sales at Absolute Kubota, which is open Monday through Friday from 7 to 5, 7 to 4 on Saturdays. And they're located at 1325 West Main here in Lebanon behind Advance Auto Parts. Look for their big sign or the orange tractors. The phone number 615-449-6171. The website is www.absolutekubota.com, and they hope you'll check them out on Facebook as well. Well, again, a good morning to you.
Good morning.
It's not balmy, but it's just windy out there.
Yeah, it's not cold at all this morning.
It's not really that unpleasant, but it's what we're anticipating.
Yeah, they are calling for a little snow, I think, to start coming in the morning, about 10 o'clock or so. I know the weatherman I was watching, instead of putting on there that we were going to get a dusting or up to 1 inch, he put some more than most on the Middle Tennessee map. I guess he was just trying to cover his rear end. But speaking of that, I mean, if it does get bad and we get a lot of stuff and you need to keep your sidewalks cleaned at your business or your home, your driveway, stop by and see us. We do sell a product called Ice Melt, and I can attest it is a really good product.
Ice Melt.
Ice Melt.
How do you use that?
It's just big granular pieces of some type of chemical. And you just put it out, and it'll flat take care of your mess for you out on the driveway, sidewalks. It'll melt your ice and snow.
Snow or ice?
Oh, yeah. A lot of people will get out and kind of get, if we get some accumulation, you know you're in Middle Tennessee. So, but if you get a couple of 2 or 3 inches, a lot of people will get out there and either blow that off with their blower. That's a great way to do it. Or my mom used to sweep it off, you know, and do all that. Get out there and put that on there, man. It'll knock it out in just a short period of time. It's great stuff.
And it's called
Ice Melt.
Ice Melt. Okay.
Yep. Pretty, takes care of the job. Ice Melt.
Well, everybody keep that in mind. You might need that. Maybe make a big run at Absolute Kubota for
That's
ice
right.
melt.
Empty us out. Now, and also you mentioned, to check us out on Facebook for the next couple of weeks through Christmas. If you will keep an eye on Facebook, we make posts every week. I started last week. We'll be giving away some gift certificates. I think this week's I just texted the winner just a few moments ago, right before we came on the air, so I'm expecting him to come in and have his picture made with us. He won a gift certificate. We'll make a new post today, so you just get on there and like and share that post, and then next Monday I'll announce a winner for that one. And
Well,
then,
how is the winner determined? Is it a drawing or?
No, I just go through there and just randomly just pick somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, just random.
Mm-hmm.
We try to get people to come into the store, check us out, and it can be used on any of our products. You may need some trimmer line. You may need a service done on your lawnmower or whatever you want to get done. You can use it on whatever.
Maybe you need some ice melt.
Maybe you need a bag of ice melt. It'll fix you up. I hope we do. I'd like to see a nice little snow. I don't want it to get real bad, but some snow would be nice.
Well, I think last week we talked about something else that is a very fine piece of equipment, but something that is a lot of fun for people, RTVs.
Oh, yeah, we've got a showroom full of those, and they've got 0% financing on those right now. If you don't want to partake of the financing on the RTV 850s, they have up to $2,800 off right now. So with the rebates that they got, you can knock a big chunk off the unit itself.
I suppose just about anybody, if they've got any room at all, can use an RTV.
Oh, we talk to people that only have 2-3 acres. The people that, of course, farmers use them a lot, checking on their cattle and fences and that kind of thing. The recreational use of just getting your grandkids in one, riding them around a little bit. And, Peepaw's, he's a hero if he's got an RTV, where the grandbabies can get in the back and ride around, and either that or just going out. There's lots of places around Middle Tennessee you can go and recreational ride. So they're great units.
Well, you got some great deals on them and a really fine product itself.
Oh, great unit, good service on that. And also right now, if you're thinking about making a purchase on a lawnmower next spring, all of your lasers and most of all your lawnmowers are going to have rebate, but some of them have up to $750 off. Ooh. So, if you're thinking about making a purchase, we've got even a couple of units on the Kubotas that won't be any payments until next April. So you won't even have to start paying for it.
Now, as far as lawnmowers go, you're primarily Kubota and Exmark.
That is all we are.
Okay.
That is all we
are.
Right. That is it. Kubota and Exmark. They also have 0% financing for 48 months on some of those units, and the great rebates. And those are in-house rebates. Those are stuff that other dealers aren't going to have. Matt and Philip just decided that, appreciate everybody here in Wilson County, and they just added those rebates to that. Those Exmarks, that $750 is the biggest portion of that's from Matt and Philip. So.
I tell you, the zero-turn mower has just been a revolutionary type implement.
If you ever get on a zero-turn lawnmower, you will never, ever want to get on a lawn tractor ever again. You're sitting up straight, and it's so much more comfortable and the ease of operation. And for me, it's the speed that not that you go, but that you get finished. Because I like the way my yard looks, but I don't care anything about doing it. I just want it to look good for when I'm finished with it. That's just me. I've cut a lot of grass in my time. So.
But it's a great way to go.
It is. It's awesome. It's like I said, it's the most relaxing way to cut grass that you could ever go. You're sitting up straight and you're not fooling with a steering wheel. You're just flipping your wrist to get this thing to go where you want it to go.
Well, I think my investment in one of those was a very good one because I don't ever have to use it.
That's the perfect way to do it. That even sounds better to me. There's a lot of families that they're the women of the household are the ones that take care of the property, and there's a lot of people that come in and they're smiling. They really enjoy cutting grass. It's their peace and quiet. They don't not answering the phone or emails or whatnot. They just really like getting out and cutting grass.
Well, I tell you what, we've just scratched the surface. You've got so much at Absolute Kubota, but a lot of things to make your life easier.
That's the goal of having good equipment, is to make your task of doing whatever it is you got to do easier on you.
Well, thanks for being with us today. Talk to you next Monday.
See you next Monday.
All right. That is Don Hamlet, and he's in sales at Absolute Kubota, 1325 West Main. We're about 11 after the hour. I have invited the Administrator of Elections, I believe that's his title. Anyway, Mr. Philip Warren, to come and be with us this morning. Philip, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Coleman.
How about them Titans?
Another day.
I don't know how much you're into to sports even, but I have enjoyed their last two games, especially. They won, but anyway, I think you're a UT Vol fan, are you not?
Absolutely.
And y'all are going to a bowl game.
Yep.
And not to the Music City Bowl. It's was it one in Florida? I done forgot.
I think so.
Okay. Well, anyway, good morning to you and welcome. We've got a lot to talk about, and people might be wondering a little bit. Well, it's not election day or election week or election month. We do have an election coming up in March, I believe, and a general election next August, and for the county, and primaries for the usual August, and then the president's election next November. So 2020 is going to be a big year for you, isn't it?
It's going to be an exciting year, and it's not election day today, but we get ready every day. That's part of it, preparation, getting ready for it.
And there's going to be some changes that we're going to be talking about, which I think some of this is something you've been wanting to get implemented for quite some time, in that it used to be that on election day you had to go to your designated place within your district. Sometimes the district might have two precincts or something, but for the most part, just one for the precinct in which you lived. And that is all changed now.
That's right. We're trying to make it more convenient. Nowadays people buy their cars online. have them delivered to their house, don't even test drive. So convenience is very important, and voting is very important, and that's what we're trying to do with these innovations, is make it easier for people to turn out and vote.
Well, this has been it hasn't been something that just happened overnight, but I think early voting was the start for a big change. Mm-hmm. And back when I was growing up, I doubt early voting would have been I don't think it would have been the success that it has. People are kind of set in their ways, and it takes a while to change. But once people adapted to early voting, I think that maybe as much as 50% of the people have voted early.
Oh no! In Wilson County, it's become a real tradition. And Wilson County is traditionally every election first or second in the state in percentages. In 2016, the last presidential election, 73% of the people that voted early. So we have a great turnout in early voting. People understand the tradition and the ease of it, and not worrying about snow tomorrow. If it snows on Tuesday, hey, I've already voted. Got it in. Don't have to go get the ice melt.
Yeah. You got any other big news for us?
That's the biggest thing is everybody got a little brochure and a letter in the mail that's a registered voter. If you didn't get one, give us a call, because you need to get registered, or we need to work on get your address changed and get that corrected. But we're looking forward to a great year next year.
All right, we're going to talk a little bit about each three of those elections, and I guess especially the first one that's coming up, because it's a little bit different. And Philip Warren is with us. We'll talk more after a break here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:14. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford, the Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. 5-course oil, tax and disposal, tire rotation, and safety check. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Now at traffic. Here's Chuck.
Good morning. Couple of wrecks with injuries out here, including that one at 21st and Church Street in Midtown. Got traffic tied up. Fire department's been dispatched to that one in East Nashville at Dickerson Pike at East Trinity Lane. Heavy here right on schedule on 65 southbound here at Trinity Lane, trying to get down from the north. Get the lowest prices on most of your airline tickets. Smart fares save you 70% off. Call 1-800-915-2644. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
Do you know why Rocky Williams Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Mount Juliet sells so many cars, trucks, SUVs, and muscle cars? Well, it all starts with a simple idea. Why not give everyone a hassle-free shopping experience for their new or used vehicle with no haggling, no negotiating, and no runaround? Every vehicle on the Rocky Williams lot is marked down incredibly low with the price posted on the window. You're treated with fairness and respect every time. No pressure, just a friendly, warm, inviting staff dedicated to finding the exact vehicle you need. So Rocky Williams from your Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram has become the original no-haggle, one-price dealer. Go online to RockyWilliams.com to see the incredible deals yourself. Every car and truck is listed with a no-haggle low price. This is for real, and you're gonna love it. People drive for miles to get some of the lowest prices in America on their new or used cars or trucks. Go to RockyWilliams.com or come on over to our brand new spacious dealership next to Walmart in Mount Juliet.
As the regular season winds down, the heat is turned up for the Titans as they host the Houston Texans. The award-winning Titans countdown happens at 11. It's an AFC South Division battle with a kickoff at noon with the voice of the Titans, Mike Heath, and Coach Dave McGinnis.
Brought to you by Absolute Kubota Exmart, Bates Ford, Fakes and Hooker, Stevenwell Plumbing, and the Jewelers.
This is Wilson County's home for real country music and the Tennessee Titans. Real Country 98.9.
Coleman and Company here on this Monday morning. Philip Warren is with us. Philip is the man in charge of elections, the administrator of elections. And how long you had this office?
About 9 years now.
It's been, I think for you, it's been 9 good years. It's been 9 years that you've been pretty happy to have the position, and some challenges that it presented, especially preserving the building there, the old post office building at the corner of East Main and College Street. That's your home. That's been your home for 9 years.
It has been, and it's been a great 9 years. We've made a lot of accomplishments for Wilson County voters in these 9 years. We're looking forward to a lot more.
One of the things you did, just to recap here a little bit, there had been talk about building a new election building, a building for your office and staff, and you came in and really what you did, I think, is took care of all the old paper that was there. How do you record that? What do you call that?
We just renovated the building.
No, but I mean, you saved it.
Archived it.
Okay.
Right.
How was there's a method?
Mostly digitally. We did it, scanned it and put it into, files that way. And we're able to get rid of some of the, the physical paper.
Right. So it's all preserved.
It is.
But not like it was.
It's not in the court.
I always stay on top of things.
That gave you the needed space, I guess.
Correct.
And you upgraded the building a little bit, and you're still there.
We're still there. We're as this county grows, and it's grown tremendously in these 9 years. We're averaging over 800 new registrations each month. That's a lot of people moving into Wilson County, moving out of Wilson County.
Okay, let's talk about and maybe spend a little bit more time on this election coming up in March, because we're not that accustomed to March elections here. That's something else, I guess, that's changing and we get used to. But talk about that.
Well, we are. They happen every 4 years. This is a presidential preference primary. The Republican and Democratic Party hold their primary to choose their candidate in Tennessee, who the delegates are on the Republican side and the candidate on the Democratic side. And we do that every 4 years. There's not always a lot of participation unless there's just a really crowded field or an open seat. We saw in 2016, we had a record turnout of over 30,000 people. Usually it's half that or just a little more than that. But this time it was, in 2016, it was a really big turnout. This time in March, we also have a county Republican primary for all the county seats and the 15th judicial seats. We've got a vacancy, circuit court judge, Judge Wooten, retiring. We've got a public defender vacancy to be filled. We've got a judge, Division III of the General Sessions judge on the county level. That's a vacancy to be filled. And District 17 on the county commission because of Gary Keith's.
So there's 4 seats right there.
There are, and then property assessor is every 4 years. It's on this year. So that's a 4-year term. So we have a pretty good primary. We also are getting a sales tax referendum for the county. So we'll have a general election too. So even if people come and they don't want to vote in the Republican or the Democratic primary, they can still vote in the county general election.
And that would be strictly for or against the sales tax.
That's correct.
Well, this is the more you talk about this, the bigger I realize this March thing's going to be.
It's going to be a great election. They all are. And I think one of the wonderful things, we sent out brochures and a letter to everybody announcing the vote centers and the change there on election day. And, it's really heightened people's understanding of what elections we've got coming up next year. And I think there are a lot of people, like you said, that are unaware of this March election.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, what about early voting for it and for the other two that'll be coming later? Is any real change on early voting?
Not a lot of change. We've still got 5 locations around the county, which is that has been a wonderful thing. They're open the whole period. That's 20 days before until in the March election till 7 days before, all across the county. We're adding 1 location in Statesville for a couple of days because that polling place won't be open on election day, but we're going to give the people that live there an opportunity to vote early right there in their community. So we're expanding early voting and making it more convenient. That's the easiest way to vote. That's the greatest way. You can go in at lunchtime or when the sun's shining or when you're passing by a voting location and cast your vote. You can do that faster and get a good hamburger.
At any one of those 5.
At any one of those 5. That's right.
And if you wanted to, you could go to Statesville the day or two.
That's right. If you want to really not have any lines, that's a good place to go.
Good. All right. Now, then on election day.
Election day.
What day is that in March, by the way?
That'll be March the 3rd.
March the 3rd.
That's a Tuesday.
All right. So where can you go then?
We've got 18 locations. And like I said, we mail that out to everybody in the county. That was a huge mailer, so I'm sure you got one. If you didn't, you need to give us a call. But it'll also be on our website, wilsonvotes.com, or you can call the office anytime.
And that is one of the bigger things of change right there is the opportunity to go to you have your choice and not have to go to just one location on Election Day.
That's right. If you the idea there is convenience. Like I said, that's our goal, is to make the voting experience the best it can be for Wilson County voters, and to make it as convenient as it can be.
Who made this decision? I think you had been wanting to make some changes in this regard. I don't think you had presented this particular thing, but you had presented a plan to enlarge the scope for Election Day, and a few years back, I think the county commission turned you down on that.
Actually, we got all the way through the House and the Senate on the legislative level in 2013 to do this program. And then on the House floor, it was tabled for whatever reason. So, we've been working on this plan and this idea for several years to get to this place.
So it wasn't the county commission, it was the House.
No, this has to be through well, this is a pilot program for the state. Right. There are only 3 counties. Rutherford County did it in 2018. They were the first pilot, and very successful in Rutherford County. So based on that, the legislature this year, in 2019, allowed 3 more counties, Williamson, us, and Monroe County in East Tennessee, to pilot the program. So it's a legislative action. It's not a permanent thing, but I think for the people of Wilson County, and a county that's growing like we're growing and moving like we're moving, it makes sense. If you live in Watertown and work in Nashville and you forgot to early vote, and you're coming home at 6 o'clock on Election Day, and you say, I better vote, you can stop in Mount Juliet and vote, which is so convenient. That way we don't lose your vote. Everybody gets an opportunity to cast their vote in the most convenient, quickest, easiest way they can.
Well, I'm sure there'll be a lot more about this as each election day approaches, and I said we was going to talk about the other 2 a little bit. Now, the winners in March in the Republican primary, they will be on the ballot then in the general election for the county in August.
Now, that's in the county election. We've got the Republican and Democratic presidential preference primary. That's the one we have every 4 years. Yeah. Those are done by party rules. So the Republican Party, you elect delegates who will represent the Republican Party at the national convention and choose their candidate. Right. The Democratic Party chooses their candidate, and then they pick the delegates to go to their convention. This year we have a Republican county primary also in March. And those candidates, the ones that win that, primaries are nominating elections. So whoever wins the primary goes on to represent that party in the general election. So, yes, they'll be on the August ballot in a general election.
And the general election in August, will they have an R by their name?
They will.
All right.
They will.
Now, what about either a Democrat or an independent?
The Democrats this year didn't decide. It's up to the parties to choose to do a primary election. This year they chose not to. So there would be independents. You would have people with an R or an I after their name on the county ballot.
But can anybody run as an independent?
Sure.
What about somebody who ran as a Republican in the primary and lost? Can they run as an independent?
No, there's state law that you can't do that.
All right, okay. Anybody but them. If you didn't lose. If you didn't.
Well, the filing deadline will be this week. Actually, it's Thursday at noon. So unless somebody has filed by Thursday at noon, they can't run at all.
All right, okay.
Right. They won't be on the ballot.
Important thing to remember as well. Then any real difference in the general election next November?
Next November is going to be a big election, and I think the television will probably talk about it a little bit. So, that's the one we look forward to. That'll be the biggest one. That'll be the presidential election, of course, U.S. House, U.S. Senate this year. State office, we'll have both the representatives will be on there for our state. The Senate is not on there this time. And then we've got all 3 cities. We've got the mayor of Mount Juliet, Watertown, and Lebanon, plus councilmen and commissioners in each of those cities. So that'll be a big election.
Really, as you think about it, we've already projected here, talked about the March election is quite a bit bigger than what you might think.
It is.
Bigger than what I thought, and I had forgotten all about those that you mentioned there, the public defender, somebody to replace Judge Wooten, somebody to take Gary Keith's seat on the county commission, and public defender. So
and General Sessions judge.
So there's a lot going on in March.
There is.
And I'm sure you're going to have a busy year.
We are. We've had a busy year getting ready for this year because with all the talk and the media hype and the reality of what's going on nationwide and worldwide, we've had to up our game quite a bit in Wilson County to protect your vote. Mm-hmm. And that's been a real challenge this year, but I think we've done a tremendous job.
Anything about IDs that we need to talk about this morning? Has
Nothing
anything
new.
changed there?
Nothing new. We still use your photo ID, federally issued or state issued. You know, most people use their driver's license, gun permit, passport, that kind of thing. And we have that started in 2012, and people of Wilson County have been great about it.
There may still be a few who complain a little bit about this, but
not here. We have the best people in the state of Tennessee in this county. I guarantee it. No, we don't. That's our voters. The voters in this county are wonderful. They know the law. They conform to it, and our workers are great too.
Well, I think you've had as your goal all along, and this is not to say that others before you haven't, but it seems like you've expressed this many times that the whole thing you're trying to do is to hold a fair election.
Fair and honest elections, and what we do, we have a mission statement. What we do is protect the integrity of your vote, but we also want to make the voting experience the best it can be. Because you can get registered, you can talk about politics, but if you don't vote, that's the only way to express your opinion. The only way. And we want people to turn out. We want people to come vote. We want to see your smiling face.
And as you have brought out this morning, it's going to be even easier, especially on these 3 election days,
right,
with more than one place that you can go and cast your vote.
That's right. It's going to be easy. You've got 18 choices.
All right.
So you can just pick one and go to it. If you've got questions, we're there all the time. Well, on Election Day.
Well, thank you for being here with us this morning,
you.
and we'll see you again, I'm sure, several times in the coming year. But thanks a lot.
Thank you, Coleman.
That is Philip Warren, and that is part 1 of Coleman & Company. I hope you'll keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
And at 7:29, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks, Absolute Kubota and Rental. Fully staffed service center and parts department. Most of their minor services can be done the same day. Lots of stock parts. Quick turnaround on non-stocking parts. Servicing Exmark, Kubota, Land Pride, Red Max, and Billy Goat. 1325 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Heavy traffic out here on 24 up by Harding Place. Traffic's also bumper to bumper 65 south at Trinity Lane. 40 westbound. It's going to be between the Wilson County line and OHB on an accident, possibly with injuries. Dickerson Pike at East Trinity Lane. That wreck also has injuries, still getting some attention. Hey, if you're looking for holiday cash, Choice Cash has a way to borrow up to $10,000 called Choice Cash at 1-800-658-9816. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
The Pavilion Senior Living residents are inviting you to become their new neighbor. If you're looking for a sign to move, call us at 444-5556 to learn more about the details. Or go to thepavilionseniorliving.com for more information. Or better yet, just drop by 1408 Medical Center Drive right behind Tenova Hospital and see for yourself. You should move here.
Don't put off the things you should do today. Start a financial plan with Waypoint Financial Partners. Waypoint, your future, your way. For more information, call the Lebanon office of Waypoint Financial Partners at 615-444-6548. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Axe Advisors, LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA, SIPC, Waypoint, your future, your way.
Introducing Radius, the next great zero-radius turn mower from Exmark. Available now for as little as $4,999 with attractive financing offers, too. With Exmark, you'll get a great-looking, professional quality cut in less time, every time. From the mowers landscape pros trust 2-to-1 over the next best-selling brand. See your local Exmark dealer for complete pricing and finance details and schedule a free demo today. Stop by Absolute Kubota at 1325 West Main Street in Lebanon or call 615-449-6171.
You will need the umbrella for the start of your work week. Showers will be around as we go through the day. It will be warmer. Has a top out in the lower 60s this afternoon. If you're going to be out and about this evening, keep the rain gear with you. We stay soggy through the overnight with lows falling into the lower 40s. More rain chances for your Tuesday. That's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Nisa Lomax.
We welcome it's part 2 of Coleman and Company here on a Monday morning. Billy Mullinax joins us. He's here to talk about Rocky Williams, Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Mount Juliet. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
And how are you?
I am doing great. How's your Monday morning going?
Well, so far so good.
Good. Good.
It's always good to see you.
It's always good to be here.
Bring in my second cup of coffee, which helps.
Yep. Keep you that way you can keep your seat.
Yeah, yep. Keep my sanity too, I hope.
Yeah.
600 Pleasant Grove Road, Mount Juliet. That's where you'll find Rocky Williams, known for their no haggle pricing. Everybody pays the same great low price, and Billy comes here and talks about it every Monday morning.
Every Monday, Coleman. We're just going to keep doing it if that's okay with you.
You are open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., which is what, 13 hours a day?
13 hours, and plenty of time in the day to come down and take a look. And but you know, Coleman, most people actually, well, I'm sure we would have talked about this a little later, most people start on our website.
RockyWilliams.com.
Might see your neighbor there, Coleman.
I don't know where we came up with that line, but it's working, and we don't forget it every time. We remember it sooner or later every Monday morning.
Well, Kurt Aikens started saying that years ago, if you remember.
Yeah,
and so we've just kind of continued that tradition. And but on our website, Coleman, the thing that really it separates us, just like our no haggle, one price way of doing business. We have our price right there on our website, Coleman. You don't have to do anything to get that price. You don't have to send your information. You know what the price is right from the beginning. And that is certainly different than what nearly anybody else does.
Well, the thing about it is, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure you know how many people click on there, and I mean, there's a counter maybe is how many check you out, but you can you don't have to give any information. I've been on there myself, and all you have to do, go to RockyWilliams.com, scroll down, do whatever you all would always do. There's your inventory, and there's your no haggle price.
That's right,
and you didn't have to reveal anything about yourself to get that.
That's
just
exactly right. It's just a Coleman, we do things very fair and transparent and honest. And you know, when you have to send information in order to get what the price is, that's just and I understand the methodology there. That way you have their contact information and you can keep calling and hopefully able to get them to come in. But it's nice being able to just go and look. It just like you do, you know, if you go to Walmart, Coleman, you don't ask them to deviate on their price, and they've got their price posted right there, and that's what we do. Whether you're on our website or whether you're on the lot, you know that, and it's a great price. It's a price that other dealers. They can sell it to you at that price. They don't have any fun when they do, and they won't. You'll have to really work to get to that price. But it's just a fair, honest way to do business where everybody, Coleman, gets treated the same, regardless of if you're Rocky Williams' children. You're going to pay the exact same price that somebody walking in off the street that we've never seen before pays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you price your car, and that's it, and you don't deviate from that car,
that's
truck,
right.
vehicle, whatever it is.
Well, like I say so many times, Coleman, we price our cars and not our customers.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, it certainly worked for you these years, and
yes, it has.
You started that here in Lebanon, and
yep,
and it started working so well you had to get a bigger place in Mount Juliet.
That's exactly right. You're exactly right, Coleman. It has worked very, very well, and we did outgrow our facility here in Lebanon, several years ago, and it's hard to believe we've been in Mount Juliet. February will be 3 years, Coleman.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
3 years. Yep.
Well, I think it's been 3 good years, and you have a great location there. You're close to Walmart. You're close to Academy Sports, and
yep.
And of course, just a little ways from the interstate.
That's right, and we're actually on the really easy side of the interstate to get to.
Yeah,
the side opposite of, especially this time of year, the side opposite of Providence. So it is very easy to get to Coleman. You know, from here, I'll be at work in 15 minutes or so. So that's it's quick, it's easy. We're just a hop, skip, and a jump, and to your next vehicle at a great low price.
Well, last Monday we talked about that Monday being the end of your automotive month, and I asked you as you sat down this morning, do you have a good one? You said you did. November was good. December is probably going to be even better.
December typically, Coleman, is one of the best months of the year, sometimes the best month. But it'll be a very, very strong month this month. We've already started off good. And so, yeah, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful month.
Well, just glad to have you here to talk about it every Monday. And just remind everybody again, 600 Pleasant Grove Road in Mount Juliet on the north side of the interstate near Walmart and Academy Sports.
Yep.
Rocky Williams. Billy Mullinax is the general manager. He's there all the time. Rocky's there part of the Rocky's there a lot.
He's there a lot, yes.
You're there even more.
A little more, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I am.
All right. And you're here every Monday, too.
Every Monday,
Right.
Coleman.
See you next Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you much. Billy Mullinax, that's it for Rocky Williams, Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram of Mount Juliet here on a Monday morning. We're about 21 before the hour. I have invited Linda Grandstaff to come and be my guest this morning. Linda, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman.
It's nice to have you with us today, and I meant to ask you the title in the break, and I didn't. Historian, archivist, what is your official title?
I'm the Wilson County Archives Director.
Wilson County Archives Director. Okay. And how long you been doing this?
Almost 22 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I think knowing you a little bit, that this is a fun job for you.
It is. It's something that I have enjoyed doing every day. I enjoy coming in. I don't dread coming into work because I just love that type of work.
And you've been doing this for 22 years.
Mm-hmm.
Did you start out where you are now? The location, was it the same?
Yes, I started at that location.
But you had an expansion sometime back.
Yes, we built on.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. William Gwynn Baird donated $424,000, and we were able to build a vault to have a temperature and moisture controlled environment for our old records and our present records also.
What all is there? Can you kind of describe this?
Well, we are a storage facility for our county records, and we have records that date back. I have one little date was 1783 all the way to, I think I have in 2017, I think is what the records go to that I have now.
And Tennessee didn't become a state until, 1796, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. This was probably a little paper that was left over from when we were in Sumner County, part of Sumner County.
Uh-huh.
But we have the wills, we have county minutes, chancery minutes, marriage records, you name it, we have it down there.
So you're responsible for the storage of all of those
Yes.
and saving them and that sort of thing.
Right. Yeah. And I make them available to the clerks, different clerks in different offices that want to use them.
I think you have a genuine interest in history, and especially Wilson County history, this sort of thing. So all of this is probably why it's kind of a fun job to you.
Correct. It is. It's because I love history. And I love family history.
Yeah. Genealogies.
Correct. And we have a research room. I have over 2,000 books in that room for people to come in and to research their family histories.
Tell us a little bit about your past. Where did you grow up here in Wilson County?
Yes, I was born in the old Martha Gaston Hospital, just up the street from where I work.
Yeah.
And I went to school in several different schools in the county. And I started out at Watertown, wound up at Mount Juliet, and a few little country schools in between. And then I graduated
Taylorville being one of them?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Sure
that was after me, though.
Yeah, right. I'm a little older than you.
Well, you've found time to write some history, write some books. And that's one of the main reasons I asked you to come out here today is because I know that you have. I think you've been on once before when you had come out with a book, and we appreciate you coming back. But these are especially for people who who want to keep up with keep up with the past, if that's the right way to say it, and to have a record of what has taken place. You probably have some information in your books. It's very difficult to get anywhere else. You probably got some tidbits here that you might not find anywhere else unless you got out and did some research on your own like you have done.
That's right. And a lot of people have came in over the years, and that's why I decided to do the books. I have a lot of pictures on the wall, and people would come in and see them, and I wished I had time to stay and look at every one of them. And it just hit me one day, why wouldn't it be easier if I just put them in a book form so that they could take them home and lay them on their coffee table and look at them whenever they want to, and look at the old memories. And a lot of the older people really love them. And so that's what I decided to do. Well, when I did my first one, I came up with so many more pictures that I hadn't used. I thought, well, I guess I need to do a couple of more, another book. So I wound up doing 2 more. But I was going to do just 1 volume extra, but it turned out to be too thick. So the publisher said, we need to kind of break this down a little bit. And so I had to break it down into 2 books. Oh. And so now I wound up with 3 volumes.
Do they all have the same title?
The first one is the collection of images, and this one is looking back at precious moments, but it's a collection of images also, and that one is the more precious moments.
Okay.
Those 2 cover more the family groups pictures that I have and school group pictures that I have. But then there's other things in there, military, there's county pictures of county, like the county commissioners and different things of that nature. So it's a good collection for people to enjoy.
Where does your first book start, as far as the history goes? Did you start at the beginning, or of the county, or?
I just decided to start putting pictures together, and I just started separating them out and putting them into different chapters.
Do you have anything that goes back into the 1800s?
A few pictures, yes, but you don't have a lot of pictures from way back.
Yeah.
But I've got them back as far as I can find them. Mm-hmm. And of course, the picture here was made in the middle of the interstate on this first volume that I did at the 224 marker. The guy that's plowing there.
Okay. We need to take a break here, and some people will leave us and we go to the break. Where are your books available?
They're available at the Wilson County Archives at 111 South College Street.
Mm-hmm. So that
from 9 to 3, Monday through Friday.
So that's pretty much the only place you can get them. Come and buy them from you.
Mm-hmm.
How much do they sell for?
Well, 1 is $40, 2 for $60, or 3 for $100.
40 for 1, 60 for 2, all 3 of them for $100.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, they're a good inch thick, each one of them, and they're
or more.
They're bigger. I mean, that's bigger than a 8 by 11 sheet of paper, or about that size. Yeah. So it's they're big books, and they're definitely, I think, collector's items. Really,
everybody that buys them seem to really enjoy them. So.
Okay. Well, Linda has them. They're available, and we're going to take a break here. We'll talk more about all these books. And Linda Grandstaff, my guest here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.
And it's 7:48. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Absolute Kubota and Rental, fully staffed service center and parts department. Most of their minor services can be done the same day. Servicing Exmark, Kubota, Land Pride, Red Max, and Billy Goat, 1325 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Traffic still very busy out here as they work this accident up against the wall here on 40 westbound. Just before you get to OHV, coming in from Wilson County, has got traffic really slow go because of this accident. Traffic's also very heavy. 65 up through Brentwood. It's a crash on 40 East near Charlotte Pike that's slowing down the traffic now as you come in from Dixon County. Hey, Princess Hot Chicken is the original hot chicken in Middle Tennessee. Check it out, 5814 Nolensville Pike. I'm Commander Chuck, you're on time traffic.
With the new Kubota Sidekick, durability meets speed. It's the first gas-powered utility vehicle of its kind, built with acceleration and handling that blur the line between working hard and having fun. Right now, get the Sidekick for $0 down, 3.99% financing for 60 months, plus a $1,000 instant cash rebate. Now through December 31st, 2019. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more information.
Stop by Absolute Kubota at 1325 West Main in Lebanon or call 615-449-6171.
Gregory Dental in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from University Medical Center. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medora Parkway, across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
Coleman and Company, it is a Monday morning. Linda Grandstaff is with us. She's in charge of the archives for Wilson County, and the office is located on South College Street. What's the number again?
111
111 South College, and there's a lot to see there. And do you have visitors every day to your office?
Yes, sir. And I have a lot of visitors from out of state, off and on during the year, and from other counties, as well as our county. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of people that come in and research their family history. And you not only can do your Wilson County, but there's books there to branch out onto other counties that are around or other states, so that you can continue your research and get an idea where to go to next.
Okay. Can somebody come to your office, your place there, and access a lot of the information there? You're not allowed to take it with you like a library, are you?
No, but we have records on microfilm, our county records, and then we have books that they can actually, in the research room, they can copy from those books on a copy machine, so they can get those records as well.
You have a lot of people interested in genealogy who come see you.
That is a lot of our visitors that do genealogy. And then, of course, we have the county clerks and different ones that come in and use the records also for the county. But then we have all of the old records that people can use on microfilm.
Yeah.
And they can also get those records off on a flash drive if they need to. We have a computer microfilm reader, so they can actually run their copies off on that rather than having to copy from the copy machine or hand copy.
As far as staffing goes, you have some help?
Yes, I do. I have a lady that comes in on Fridays, and when I'm off on vacation, Judy Harris, and she is a great worker, and she has been with me going on 2 years. Mr. Partlow passed away, and he was with me about 20, and of course he was an invaluable person for history. And he and I always worked together well. And, of course, some people say, how'd y'all get along so well for 20 years? And I said, well, we didn't see each other that much. You know, we talked over the phone because he was there when I wasn't, and vice versa. So, but that was a joke that I always told him on how we got along. But he was an extremely nice person and very knowledgeable.
Well, back to your books here, and I was thumbing through them during the break. It's amazing to me how many pictures, and some of those pictures are really old. Look, you had some pictures of some Indians in there, it looked like, and it was just thumbing through there. But if you're into pictures, you want these books.
Yes, and that's what the goal is people love to have the pictures. I've heard a lot of people say, I don't like to sit down and read, but I love looking at pictures and learning about our county. And
that reminds me of something. When I was a lot younger at home, my daddy got a book, and it was probably 2 or 3 inches thick on the history of World War II. And there was a lot of written in it, but there were a lot of pictures. I never read the book, but I know how many times I thumbed through those pictures, and I learned a lot about the war and the people involved, like President Roosevelt and Prime Minister Churchill and Joseph Stalin, Russia, and all that, and of course Hitler and Mussolini and all of those. And you see the pictures. Pictures do mean a lot, and so I'm saying that to put in a good word here for your book, because these books are full of pictures.
And that was my goal, is to put the pictures out there so people could actually enjoy them in their private places at home. They can sit down and just look when they want to, but they can still come in the archives and look at pictures, because I've still got pictures there that haven't been put in the book. So they still need to be encouraged to come.
Well, as far as your books goes, you've done I think you've done just a fantastic job. Now, did you do most of this, the writing and all the information that's with
Yes,
each
sir. I
picture?
researched the pictures, and hopefully I've got everything correct. But, sometimes you find a mistake even though you try hard not to make one.
But have they sold to your expectation? Is it?
Yes, probably even better. I was amazed, especially when I did the first one. I was just in awe, how many was selling, and I didn't keep up with how many I've had published, and I wished I had, but I just go back and get some more printed if I run low. So far, I don't know how long I'll do that, but that's what my
This third one that you did you kind of do 2 and 3 together? You were saying
I did,
okay.
and then I had to separate it out and kind of balance it out.
But
that
both of them pretty much came at the same time. They printed.
They were printed at the same time.
Together.
Yes.
Okay. So and that's a recent thing, isn't it?
Yes. The first one was in 2015, and these are this year. The other two, but they were put together with a lot of thought about, people want to see all these other things that I hadn't put in the first one. Mm-hmm. So they're different, but they're still similar too.
Oh, what's the latest picture or description? The latest year that might be in your last two.
2019, because my husband and I especially went around to a lot of places. In the first book, we did it even more because there was so many places hadn't been recorded, like old buildings that were going to be gone in a few years maybe, and some of them are already gone. Yeah. We went around and made a lot of pictures that time, and then I made some more. So 2019.
So some of these are your own pictures, maybe a lot
yes, sir.
of them.
Well, not a lot of them, but quite a few.
Yeah.
That I went around, for instance, like the old depot down at Leeville. Of course, it's been moved, and of course, it's in there in the original location. And then I've got pictures of old home demonstration buildings, things like that. Yeah. Some of them are already gone. Some of them are ready to probably be gone, in a few years.
Well, a lot of your pictures probably don't. There's not something that means a whole lot to everybody, but they certainly would mean something to people who remember them in their little neck of the woods or this sort of thing. So they are definitely a part of our history.
Right.
And this one here, this is volume 2, looking back at precious memories, and that's a Farmall tractor out.
Yes, and that's my father-in-law on that tractor, and we still have the tractor.
What is?
And we still use it.
Is that a C?
It's inside. I believe. Is it an A?
I mean the tractor right there.
Yeah, it's a 1950 Farmall Super A.
Okay, all right. Tractors have been identified by color an awful lot. Farmall was always red, and I guess pretty much a thing of the past. I don't know what happened to them. But
now I love tractors. I've just had one redone, and it's a 49 Ford. Yeah. And I've had it refinished, and it's a pretty little tractor. My dad always loved using those because they were so easy to use in the gardens.
Yeah. Well, again, these books are available at the Wilson County Archives, 111
South College.
And Linda, are you there most of the time?
I'm there Monday through Thursday most of the time.
So most time 4 days a week for you, and then you have your assistant comes in on Friday.
Yes.
But if you come in on Friday, you could still buy.
Yes, you can still buy them.
Okay. Now, if you buy, the price is the same, whichever one you want. But if you only want one, it's $40.
Right.
If you want two, you pay $60. You get all three for $100.
Correct.
All right, and it's volume 1, 2, and 3, collection of images, and that's really the name of the first book, collection of images from the Wilson County Archives. But then volume 2, looking back at precious memories, collection of images, and volume 3, looking at more precious memories. So you have really done a great job on this, and I'm impressed, to say the least. I see you have an index here too. It's got look at all the names. I I see some names that are familiar and some places, like you've got Lebanon Wilson County Chamber of Commerce, page 91, Lebanon Food Center. Everybody that lived at that time remembers the food center,
Correct.
which is no more, but you've got some pictures of it, no doubt.
And the old Rogers Brothers grocery that was down here behind the election commission. All those old pictures, a lot of people, even though they're younger people, sometimes they enjoy knowing where certain buildings were because they've heard their parents or grandparents talk about these places. And when they can find the picture of it and actually see what it looked like, it's an enjoyable thing to do, to be able to.
Well, I tell you what, if anybody's looking for a gift for whatever occasion, but if you want to give a gift that's going to keep on giving, this 3-volume set here would be a wonderful gift, especially for somebody that's a little older and remembers all these things, lived in Wilson County most of their life, I would think.
Yes. I had one gentleman came in and bought 4 sets for his family. He was giving them for Christmas. And he's trying to keep his dad from knowing about it and wanting to get a set before then. So,
well, this is it's definitely a keepsake. There's a lot of history here, and especially as pictures go, you've just really thrived on the pictures. That's what your book's really all about.
Right. And I had a lady that called me the other day after she had bought the new volumes, and she said, I am just so thrilled with these. She said, I found one of my ancestors in there. I didn't know the picture existed. But then I talked to a relative, and they said, oh, I've got that picture. Well, sometimes when relatives have them, they don't have the pictures out where they've got them, and they don't think about it. But when they get in these books, then more people get to enjoy the picture.
Yeah. Well, Linda, I want to thank you for taking time to be with us today. I guess you got to get to the office.
I sure do.
8 o'clock
I
here.
sure do.
But one more time, the collection of images, that's the title of all 3. And the last 2, Volume 2, looking back at precious memories, and Volume 3, looking at more precious memories. And you get all 3 for $100.
2 for $60.
40, 2 for $60, 1 for $40, and whichever one you want, for just buying one, or
Correct.
whichever 2 if you're getting 2 out of the 3. But you've done a great job. Thanks for being with us, and I wish you well.
Well, thank you so much, Coleman.
All right. That is going to do it for a Monday. Join us tomorrow for Coleman and Company. Till then, I wish you a magnificent day.